They say opposites attract.
A 60-year-old, overweight, alcoholic, drug addict, beautiful, young, 30-year-old lawyer.
But it's not love that brought this couple together.
She always dated a man to get something out of him, be it a car, be it an apartment. She was investing in this relationship for some reason. Hey! And that was probably what? Murder.
When you talk about a human life, it's something to value.
Buck Clinton knows exactly what his son's life was worth. $5,000. That's how much 2 lawyers paid to have him killed.
It's sad to think that people get to the point that they do. I may not be a saint myself, but on the other hand, there's a limit of what people do, and there's certain lines that individuals just do not cross.
Buck's son, Buzz Clinton, did nothing to deserve death.
Uh-oh, the magic carpet's starting to lift off.
His only crime, to fall in love with single mom, Kim Carpenter, and play dad to her daughter, Rebecca.
Kim and Buzz were extremely happy. They were 2 people who understood each other. And they really fit together well, those 2, right? And Buzz really loved Kim's child, Rebecca.
1, 2, 3.
And wanted to be a father figure for that child.
You feel that? Is it heavy? Is it heavy?
Because the child did not have a father.
And this father will be taken away too, in a bitter family feud. Kim Carpenter's parents dote on their granddaughter. Her sister Beth is also fiercely protective of her niece. But they all have a big problem with Buzz Clinton.
They hated him from day one. All the Carpenters hated him. Beth Carpenter, the mother, the father.
To the rest of the Carpenter family, Buzz isn't worthy of raising a daughter because of his past career as a male revue dancer.
They looked at Buzz as he was this kid who was a dancer. So whenever they met, there were fireworks, you know, they didn't get along.
This was a guy that was, in their opinion, a loser, who took off his clothes for money and let women stuff $20 bills in his jockstrap. And they couldn't stand it.
Writer M. William Phelps says Beth Carpenter was a single-minded woman.
There was just the one Beth. She was all business, whatever she did. Beth Carpenter, when she set out to get something she wanted, she got it.
Beth's latest achievement is a law degree and a job with a Connecticut attorney called Heyman Klein.
In walks this beautiful, young, 30-year-old lawyer, fresh out of law school. And Heyman invites her right in and says, "You want a job? I'll give you a job."
Beth has begun her professional career and now begins a personal crusade. Her goal this time, to take custody of her niece, Rebecca.
She wanted the child, and she wanted to raise the child because she could do it better.
Sole custody case number 2064.
Never giving consideration to Kim.
Custody case of Rebecca Carpenter.
Beth Carpenter decided, we're gonna have to fight for custody of that child, and we're gonna begin to show that Kim and Buzz are just not capable of raising that child.
The drawn-out custody case pits sister against sister in a vicious battle.
Beth began to just testify in court that, You know, Buzz is this, Buzz is that. Kim is this, Kim is that. Kim never comes home to take care of the child. What's gonna be different now? And ultimately it comes down to, what is the judge gonna believe? And the judge sides with whom? Kim and Buzz.
For the first time in her life, Beth Carpenter doesn't get what she wants.
Beth and her parents believed that Kim and her husband Buzz were unfit parents, but apparently the court didn't see it that way. The court awarded custody of that child to her parents, to her own parents, to be with her mommy and daddy. And I think maybe Beth's a real sore loser.
She has taken the legal route, and it has failed her. Now, young attorney Beth Carpenter will take the law into her own hands.
This is her obsession now. Taking this child away from her sister. This is her life's work. She needs to do this. She started it, she's gonna finish it. There's only one thing left to do in Beth's mind.
Yo, what is this?
And that is to get rid of the problem.
Sole custody case number 2064, Rebecca.
Beth Carpenter is leading a spiteful
Custody
family
case.
feud.
I find no evidence whatsoever of any child abuse in this case. And
She's
therefore,
lost a legal battle against her sister for custody of her sister's child.
this case is dismissed.
But Beth Carpenter will not be denied.
You know, my opinion of Beth Carpenter is that she's nothing but a conniving, backstabbing Miss Priss who thinks that she's entitled to anything in this world without any ramifications.
Somewhere along the line, Beth seems to have developed the idea that she was God and could take someone's life if she felt it should be gone.
Beth Carpenter has a deadly plan in motion. Her kisses never come for free.
Beth was very skilled at manipulation and getting other people to do something that she didn't want to get her hands dirty doing herself.
Beth's boss, Heyman Klein, thinks this is sex with no strings attached.
Amen.
Yeah.
But his lover has a favor to ask,
I need your help.
a big one.
He was like, if that's what you want, honey, I am in love with you. I'll do anything for you.
Say yes. Say it.
All right. She goes to Heyman, hey, can you find me someone to get rid of this problem? And Heyman says, absolutely. I'll go right to my cocaine dealer, Mark Dupre. So the deal is $1,000 up front and $4,000 on the back end.
Dupre bides his time until fate hands him the perfect opportunity.
Mark Dupre is looking through the paper one day, and he notices an ad in there for a tow truck for sale. And who is selling that tow truck? Buzz Clinton. And he decides, that's it. I'm gonna call him up and tell him I wanna buy his tow truck. So, Mark Dupre goes and for some reason picks up his son and brings him along. So they meet Buzz Clinton at a local hotel, and Buzz is driving a car. And Mark says, where's it? Buzz says, I have to jump the tow truck, the battery's dead, follow me, and I'll take you to it right now. Mark says, great. And they're driving to go look at this tow truck. And Mark Dupre is in back of him, and Mark Dupre flashes his lights at Buzz to pull over. Buzz pulls over right on the connector, right on the exit ramp, pulls over. Mark Dupre pulls over in back of him. Buzz gets out of the car, leaves it running.
Hey, buddy, what's this all about?
He comes out and he says, "What's going on?" Mark Dupre walks up to him with a pistol. And drops him right there on the interstate.
That night, Buck Clinton gets a call from his daughter-in-law that breaks his heart.
About 20 after 7, or a little after, shortly after that, got a call from Kim that Buzz isn't home yet. And then we got another call shortly after that by Kim and saying Buzz still isn't home. A friend had stopped by and said that his car is on the side of the road and somebody had been shot.
Buzz Clinton dies at the scene. Within months, a tip-off to police connects Mark Dupre to the killing.
So that begins the domino effect. You have the trigger man, then you have the guy who hired the trigger man, and then you have the mastermind, and those dominoes begin to fall.
Mark Dupre tells all about his murder-for-hire deal with Heyman Klein and Beth Carpenter. Beth denies it and blames her former boss and lover.
She begins to tell the police, Heyman Klein was obsessed with me to the fact that I told him that I had a problem with Buzz Clinton, and he took it upon himself to have him killed. Well, they asked Heyman Kleinman about that, and he tells a different story.
After testifying against Beth, Heyman Klein is sentenced to 35 years in prison. Mark Dupre is jailed for 45 years. And the harshest sentence is reserved for Beth Carpenter. Life in prison with no parole.
I myself was happy, and yet sorrow at the same time, because here you have an individual who was young, brilliant, as Beth was, a life ahead of her, and through emotion, just made bad choices, and now is spending her life in prison.
For a woman who was once a gifted young lawyer, the fall from grace is complete.
She has now joined the lowlife of society.
Beth Carpenter is in a prison right now, and she can look out her prison window and she can see the connector where Buzz Clinton was murdered from her prison cell.
It didn't take much for Beth to kill her sister's husband, who never did anything to Beth. How safe do you think you'd be if she was out there?
Few of us will know exactly when we'll die. This woman does. It's at 6:45 p.m., February 3rd, 1998. She's taken a life. And now the state of Texas will take its revenge by lethal injection.
She had joy and peace in the midst of it. Being with her, it was the most incredible experience of my life. She lived her life and made it count for other people.
She was just a mean, vengeful, evil person.
Her life story shocks a nation. Her execution divides it. Just who is Carla Faye Tucker. "15 years earlier, in Houston, Texas, she's a party girl. Booze, drugs, sex. Just 23. Carla is out of control.
There aren't many reports of people saying that they were shocked at the behavior she later was accused of. Carla had lots of problems, and everybody knew them.
She's been abusing drugs since elementary school. Bouncing between frenetic highs and crashing lows. She develops a frightening temper.
She was a very violent person who would fight with you in a minute, a man or a woman. She had many barroom fights. She was a tough little gal.
Homicide detective J.C. Mosier remembers a violent young woman with no future.
Carla never had a chance to go anywhere but prison. She was destined for prison.
I've got something to show you to make you feel real nice. Black chocolate?
She is set on that path by the one person who should have protected her. Mom.
Her mother was a drug addict, prostitute, who also had a normal, square day job, working as a secretary.
You gotta lick it. Lick it real good.
For young Carla, there are no boundaries, no rules.
That, my dear girl, is your first joint.
Her teachers had given up on her. Her mom was living her own life, a party life, encouraging Carla to go with her into that lifestyle.
Author Linda Strom would become Carla's close friend.
Carla herself started smoking marijuana when she was 8. So by the time she was 12, she was shooting heroin.
To pay for her addiction, Carla starts working at 14. Again, she follows her mother's lead.
Her mom was her idol, and so her mother began to school her in the art of prostitution.
I'm not really sure anyone can say Carla had a childhood, even a bad one. There's no way a child who's exposed to drug use by their own mother when they're 8, 9 years old, when they're exposed to sexual behavior of adults by their own mother, that girl doesn't stand a chance in life, not a chance at all.
Carla's mind is a pressure cooker of drugs and abuse, just waiting to blow.
What the hell happened to your face?
When a friend, Sean, is beaten by her boyfriend, Carla takes it personally.
Sean had been telling Carla about Jerry beating on her and treating her bad.
Carla knows all about the alleged abuser, Jerry Dean. They were housemates, but that didn't work out.
Carla and Jerry had had a bad relationship. Allegedly, he had cut up some pictures of Carla and her mom, which really upset Carla, to the point that she had actually hit him, broke his glasses, and cut his eye.
Once again, Jerry Dean is in Carla's sights. Little surprise to former FBI agent Candice DeLong.
Carla had a lot of trouble with men, and this man represented every man she'd ever hated.
Carla wants revenge.
It's time to mess this guy up.
She enlists her boyfriend,
Yeah.
Danny Garrett.
Carla wanted to go over and kick his ass, is what she wanted to do.
The plan is to confront Jerry and steal his motorcycle. But the plan goes terribly wrong.
The axe was right there beside the bed, and she grabbed the axe and it started.
After a wild 3-day party of booze and drugs, most of Carla Faye Tucker's friends have passed out.
Do something about it, Danny. We're gonna do something about it. It's gotta be total lesson.
But not Carla and her boyfriend, Danny.
Get it for your baby.
They're high and plotting revenge.
Gonna do it?
Let's get him, baby.
Let's get him.
She had so many drugs in her system, almost a dozen, which included things like methamphetamine, Dilaudid. She had uppers and downers. This is an enormous number of drugs.
Forensic pathologist Dr. Janis Amatuzio says Carla is in an altered state.
This cocktail would certainly have put her out of her mind.
Their victim, Jerry Dean, has no idea of the approaching storm. He's clashed with Carla before, but this time will be the last.
I think Jerry, as soon as he realized it was Carla, knew he was in a lot of trouble.
What are you doing in here?
Told you I was gonna mess you up.
No, get out here.
Danny stuns Jerry with a hammer.
Get him, Danny, get him. Get him good.
They'd come to steal a motorcycle. Now, Carla decides on murder with a brutal weapon.
Carla started swinging the axe on Jerry.
Do you like that, Jerry?
I just think it's an accumulation of booze and drugs and her intense hate for Jerry.
A pickaxe is a heavy instrument. It is used to penetrate deeply, to deliver a large amount of force over a very small area. It's going to cause tremendous crushing injuries, fracturing of bones, tearing and ripping of blood vessels and nerves.
Jerry was struck around 35 times, as I remember.
Carla's frenzy might have ended there. But something moves.
She was hiding under the covers. They didn't know she was there. I'm sure she was just hoping they would finish and go away.
Deborah Thornton is having a one-night stand on the wrong night.
She was just an unlucky person being at the wrong place at the wrong time.
The surprise witness must be silenced.
Deborah first was screaming for her life, and then she was in so much pain, she was screaming for them to take her life.
Deborah Thornton told him, please just kill me and get it over with. And Danny continued to hit her until she was dead. And they left the axe embedded in her chest. A horrible, terrible scene of violence. It left a lot of us who had been homicide detectives for quite a while. We were amazed at the brutality of this kind of crime.
But this shocking case proves easy to solve. Because Carla is proud of what she's done.
She wanted to cement her reputation among her friends as a badass, as the toughest girl in Houston.
Houston's tough biker crowd give her up to police.
You're like a fish in the ocean. If you open your mouth, you get the hook.
Carla shows no remorse.
She says in this eerie, squeaky voice, hell yes. That was her answer to whether she enjoyed the killings, and that was my answer to whether or not the jury should give her the death penalty.
Convicted of first-degree murder, Carla and Danny are imprisoned on death row. And it's here that Carla's brutal life takes an astonishing turn.
As she read the Bible, something hit her, and she realized for the first time what she had done. It's a genuine radical story of somebody who is like in darkness and walks into light.
I think this was a real conversion. I think she really became a Christian, good person.
He makes me lie down in green pastures.
It was a metamorphosis from what she was to what she became. It was extremely amazing, and in my mind, really true. It happened. She did it. It wasn't phony. I don't think there was a phony bone in her body when she died.
I want to walk arm in arm with you, Jesus. Save my sins. Forgive me my sins, Jesus.
The tough, streetwise hooker becomes, in the eyes of some, an angel.
Everybody loved her. I could introduce you to officers who, when they talk about Carla, will say, my life was never the same after I met her, after I had that encounter. I have to say that too.
The governor is not convinced. After 14 years on death row, the state of Texas will have retribution.
When she was getting ready to go to her execution, she said, I'm praying that my death will give those who can't forgive me the freedom to forgive so that they're free of this and don't have to spend their whole life dealing with what I've done.
At an exclusive school in an upscale suburb of Kansas City, a young student is about to leave early.
He was just a very sweet-looking child that was very easy to be around.
But this is no ordinary boy.
Robert Greenlease, the father of the boy, was said to be one of the 10 largest shareholders of General Motors.
And this is no ordinary woman.
Hi, Bobby.
Bonnie Hetty didn't seem to have a moral compass.
6-year-old Bobby Greenlease is not going home. Ever.
People didn't trust ever quite as much after that, and I'm sure that they locked their doors. I know my family did.
It's 1953, and post-war America is booming. As for Bonnie Hetty, she's turning tricks for $20 a time in her attic when she's not drinking.
She serviced 150 men over 2 or 3 years. And all was going well until she met a man named Carl Austin Hall.
Bonnie has one failed marriage behind her. But Carl, 10 years younger, looks like a real catch.
Oh, is that all you come in here for, my money?
No.
Bonnie was Carl in female form, and Carl was Bonnie in male form.
Well, then.
Not all.
With a lot in common, they click from the first day.
They both came from money. They both squandered it. They both became alcoholics, which was a huge part of their life.
Need more liquor, baby doll?
Yeah, will you get me some cigarettes?
And of
while you're
all
at it, too?
Bonnie's tricks,
You're a good girl.
Carl is the only one who wants to
My
stay.
When Carl Austin Hall turned out to be the man who really warmed up to her after meeting, within 2 or 3 days, he moved in with her.
Author John Hedenry says Bonnie is easy prey for a manipulating man.
He sizes her up instantly as, you know, somebody who's not going to give him a lot of trouble, who's pliable, who's a drunk, and who will do what he wants her to do.
Carl once had a rich inheritance and spent it all. Now he has a plan to take someone else's family fortune. 6-year-old Bobby Greenlease will be Carl's new meal ticket.
Greenlee's family owned Cadillac distributorships in Kansas and all through the Southwest. Robert Greenlease was said to be one of the 10 largest shareholders of General Motors.
Ready to hit the road?
Yes, sir.
Great. You can drive today, okay?
Little Bobby means everything to his aging father.
Now give me a kiss.
A lot of people were quite aware of the fact that Mr. Greenlease was quite old when Bobby was born, and that Bobby was sort of the apple of his eye.
Pat Lidzenich went to school with Bobby Greenlease in the 50s. It was an innocent time.
Kansas City was an easy town in which to be a child. You felt totally safe. You could ride your bike anywhere, take the streetcar or the bus. People didn't lock their doors.
That innocence will let Carl and Bonnie
What am I
make
missing?
a killing.
$1 million is too much for one man to carry.
So how much now?
$600,000. In 10s and 20s.
He wants to hold little Bobby for ransom, but he needs a woman to make the kidnap.
Okay. I'll do it.
You'll do it?
I'll do it.
Bonnie falls for it. It will be a brazen kidnapping in broad daylight. At Bobby's school, the French Institute of Notre Dame.
Bonnie Brown Hetty came to the front door and told the nuns that Mrs. Greenlease had suffered a heart attack on the plaza and that she wanted to see Bobby and that she was his aunt and he was to go with her.
Bonnie is in luck. The principal, who may have challenged her story, is unavailable that morning.
The woman was neither the principal nor the sub-principal, but a humble nun who spoke very poor English. After she heard the story that Bobby's mother had had a heart attack, she of course believed it.
In the well-mannered world of little Bobby Greenlease, even a stranger is obeyed.
Well, he didn't recognize the aunt, but he didn't show that he didn't recognize her. He just put his hand in her hand and went with her.
Bobby's classmates will never see him again.
Now we've got little Bobby.
Virginia Greenlease and her husband, Robert, have shocking news.
Is he all right?
Their 6-year-old only son has been abducted from school. The kidnappers demand $600,000 for his freedom. At that time, the biggest ransom in U.S. history.
Please, just want you to know that we'll do anything, whatever it takes.
Good, good. Thank you, Mr. Green.
Carl Hall and Bonnie Hetty have chosen the perfect target. The rich parents are ready to deal.
We just want our boy back. Please don't hurt him.
Robert Greenlees and his wife were willing to give $600,000, the equivalent of $10 million in today's money, to this kidnapper, whoever he was. And they would go along with everything. They did not want the police to get involved in the least.
The Greenleases believe their money will save their only son. But Bonnie and Carl won't be keeping their side of the bargain.
I don't think my dog will ever be as big as your boxer.
Really? Well, how big are his paws? Because, you know, you can tell how big a dog is going to get by the size of its paws.
After driving to a clearing, with Bonnie's dog as comfort for little Bobby, it's time for part 2 of the plan.
Where are you going?
I'm just going to take Chloe for a walk. You stay here with Carl, okay?
Seemed so strange to me that somebody that could care enough to have a dog with them and obviously care for a dog could do something as heinous as murdering this little boy.
Carl thinks Bobby will give them away if he's returned alive.
Come on, Chloe, let's go for a walk. You stay here with Carl, okay?
Bobby fought back rather vigorously, and Hall, in frustration, threw the rope away and reached for a .38 revolver. And he threw Bobby down into the floorboard of the car and held him there with his hand, and he fired once. And he missed. The bullet went through the floorboard. Hall punched him and knocked out 3 teeth, front teeth, which briefly stunned Bobby enough for him to take aim and fire the second shot. The bullet went right through Bobby's brain, splattering blood and brain tissue all over. It was a mess, a brutal murder scene.
The bloody murder of a 6-year-old doesn't seem to shock Bonnie. Whatever instincts she has for children vanish with her first marriage. She wanted a family once, but her first husband doesn't.
She got pregnant not once or twice, but 11 times. And each of those 11 times, her husband forced her to have an abortion.
It is then Bonnie starts drinking.
It's too early for you to be drinking.
Yeah?
Perhaps to dull the pain.
Now, what have I got to live for?
Bonnie wanted children very badly, but had one abortion after another. And then eventually said she became to hate the idea of children. I'm guessing that was nothing more than a defense mechanism to help her deal with the fact that she had allowed herself to have 11 abortions.
Now, Bonnie's scarred psyche is under the control of Carl Hall.
1, 2.
Cruelly, they string along the distraught parents.
They kept getting these ransom notes. So we kept thinking that, you know, he would come back safely at some point. And as it happened, of course, he didn't.
The Greenleases pay the ransom and wait for their son. He never shows. Bonnie and Carl go on the run with the ransom. Then one morning, Carl disappears.
After Bonnie had served her purpose in the kidnapping, Carl dumps her. He leaves her drunk in a hotel room with a couple $1,000s and takes off.
Carl goes on a drunken spending spree that attracts police attention. Under pressure, he confesses everything and leads police back to Bonnie and a tiny grave under a flower bed in her backyard.
He was a very trusting child. That's exactly how Hetty described him afterwards. That he just took my hand. He was a very trusting child.
Both are convicted of murder. Bonnie Hetty and Carl Hall will die side by side in the gas chamber.
You know, they're strapped in and they're blindfolded. The very last words that they spoke was, Hetty says, "Carl, I love you." And he said, "I love you too."
It's hard being the new kid at school.
Adrian just wanted to be accepted by the people around her.
Classmates can be so cruel. Your friend, one day,
You know, Adrian just wanted people to like her.
your deadly enemy, the next.
She wanted to see that life in Adrian's eyes disappear.
In 2005, in East Moline, Illinois, the local goth teenagers are often rebellious. But 17-year-old Sarah Kolb is totally angry.
What is it with these people? They drive me crazy.
She kind of looked like a thug freak, you know, real weird looking, and she tried to act like she was bad.
They dress the same, walk the same, talk the same.
You know, don't mess with me.
They need to be slaughtered like the sheep that they are. Bad.
She had to be the leader. If she wasn't the center of attention and the leader, she got you out of that group. She often thought about violence and blood and guts and that whole, you know, dark part of society.
Hey, check it out.
Her #1 follower is Corey Gregory.
Sarah had a kind of a charisma about her that the other teenagers were attracted to her. I mean, not just the boys, but the females too.
Teresa Gregory watched her son, Corey, fall under Sarah's spell.
She kind of had an emotional hold over him. I just didn't know how deep that went. He was so head over heels for this girl. He just felt that he would do anything for her. Anything that she needed or wanted, he was just there for her.
Why is anyone's guess.
The new girl in town, 16-year-old Adrian Reynolds, is also in awe of Sarah.
I like piercings.
Thanks.
Immediately, Sarah and Adrian are attracted to each other, and they develop a friendship.
I like your thong.
And Adrian really falls for Sarah. She sees in Sarah this authority figure, this girl who will love her unconditionally.
Maybe you'll find out.
She's been through a rough, rough life. She's been into several different homes. At 12 years old, she had a drug problem already. She's been promiscuous, and she's trying to better her life.
Adrian's grandfather, Tony, gives her a home, hoping it leads to a fresh start.
When she moved up here, she didn't have a whole lot of friends or family. You know, she just wanted somebody to give a damn about her.
The three become inseparable in a triangle of sexual tension. But then, Corey commits the ultimate betrayal.
He befriends Adrian.
Does Sarah know you're here?
Are you joking?
She scares me.
Don't worry about it. She's got an anger problem.
Are you screwing her?
I know it made Sarah mad that Corey hung out with Adrian because he told me.
And that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
You asshole. Bitch is gonna pay for what you did.
This is 8.
Sarah Kolb becomes insanely jealous.
Oh, go, Corey.
She makes Adrian's life miserable.
Sarah, you're way overreacting.
Really? You're a two-faced little bitch.
Sarah begins to really spread vicious rumors about Adrian. She begins to threaten Adrian.
She had tried to get other girls at school to beat Adrian up.
Look, it's not like we were together.
You sleaze on me, you sleaze on anything that moves. You're a dirty whore.
I think Sarah's motivation to hurt Adrian was one of the oldest stories we know: jealousy.
You need to raise yourself.
But no one could imagine how jealous.
She wrote in there, I think it was, I'm gonna kill the bitch. So yeah, she definitely had it on her mind that she wanted to do it.
She wanted to see that life in Adrian's eyes disappear.
A teenage crush has turned into insane jealousy.
You have Adrian Reynolds, the new kid in town. You have Sarah Kolb, the leader of the pack. And you have Corey Gregory, the puppy dog that follows Sarah wherever she wants to go. And what is this? It's a perfect storm brewing of violence.
Hey, Adrian. How are you?
But naive Adrian doesn't see the danger. She still wants to be friends and is lured into a trap.
Sorry I've been a bitch. Thought we could talk.
Sarah tells her, everything's gonna be all right. Let's go out, get some lunch, talk this through.
Yeah, all right.
She didn't think about her safety. Maybe she didn't feel that she was in danger. I don't know. There's so much at play here.
In broad daylight, in the parking lot of a busy restaurant, Sarah attacks.
Sarah's yelling obscenities at Adrian, calling her a whore, calling her a bitch. Well, Adrian, she's a tough girl. She punches Sarah, punches her in the nose. Then the fight really starts getting underway. Adrian ends up down, covering herself. And Adrian's just fighting to try to survive.
Sarah's unconscious, but they haven't finished yet.
And then that's when Corey wrapped the belt around her neck.
Get your belt, Corey!
And I think that's how she died.
Nobody really knows exactly what happened. But a beautiful young girl lost her life, and my son and his friend tried to conceal that homicide.
The teenagers now have a body to get rid of.
Sarah gets an idea. Why don't we take her out to my grandpappy's farm and we'll burn her? They pour gasoline on her. They light her on fire. She doesn't burn. They pour gas again. They light her on fire. She doesn't burn. Sarah says, you know what? We need to call our friend Nate.
Hey, Nate. Yeah, it's Sarah. Got a job for you.
And Nate has always dreamed of doing something violent.
2 days later, Nate Gaudette, another goth who can't say no to Sarah, gets to work.
You guys really messed her up, yeah? Sturdy ass.
She knew he was capable of doing it. According to her, he cut up small animals, so he was the one to call to cut up Adrian's body.
Picks up Adrian's leg and he saws it off. And then he saws off her other leg. And then he saws off her arms. And then he saws her head off. And then for some strange reason, he saws her torso in half. And what do Nate and Corey then do? They walk around and they put those body parts, that 16-year-old precious girl, they put her into 2 garbage bags. And now they're gonna dispose of her.
They put half of her out in Aledo, out in the country, and then part of her in Rock Island. Their theory was they'd separate the parts and then they couldn't find her.
What did they do afterwards? They go to a fast food restaurant and gorge themselves on cheeseburgers and French fries. That's what they do.
It may seem shocking that we have 3 kids kill a classmate, dismember them, and then go out for lunch. People will do things in a group that they would never do individually.
For 3 days, a grandfather frantically searches for his granddaughter. He turns to her friends for help, including Sarah Kolb.
Sarah she's a heck of an actor, because by the time we had called them, Adrian was already dead. We didn't know it. And they just played like, just like me and you were talking, it never bothered them at all.
Sarah may be cool and collected, but Corey's conscience is getting to him.
His dad started questioning Corey and telling him that if something's happened, he needs to tell the truth. He just broke down and said, you know, I need to go back to the police station and I need my lawyer. I was devastated. I was absolutely devastated. My beautiful child. There's just no way to even explain how bad it hurt.
Corey Gregory's evidence incriminates all 3 teens. Nate Gaudette receives 5 years for disposing of Adrian's body. Corey Gregory pleads guilty to first-degree murder and is sentenced to 45 years.
First-degree murder is 100% of your time, so he will serve every day of 45 years.
Sarah Cole pleads not guilty, insisting Corey is the killer. The jury doesn't agree. She is convicted of murder and sentenced to a total of 53 years.
The only thing that you could hear her say was, "I felt nothing when she died." For somebody 16 years old to be that cold.
I think Sarah was a stone-cold sociopath. She ruined their lives, and she's defiant to the core.
It's just before midnight when store owner Leland Cash begins his journey home.
It was closing time for this little hamburger shop that was by Golden Gate Park.
But the streets of San Francisco can be dangerous.
Stop. What's in there? Give it to me. Give me the parcel. Give it to me.
The gunman is Albert Ives, the driver of the getaway car, Bobby Sherrard.
They believed in robbing gas stations, barbecue carts, small restaurants, rolling drunks. They're totally petty crime.
Tonight's target reacts in an unexpected way.
Give it to me. Give me the parcel. Give me your wallet.
The proprietor, he reached into his pocket. Albert thought he was going for a gun. And shot him in the stomach and left him to die in their parking lot outside of the hamburger shop.
Leland's dying hand doesn't hold a weapon. It's a hearing aid.
He had reached into his pocket because he was deaf, and he was turning up the volume on his hearing aid. They just panicked and ran.
Come, Bobby, let's go. Let's go right now.
For these panicked crooks, a bad night is about to get worse.
I was there in the car, and he was meant to go rob the guy, just like you said.
When they tell their boss.
I heard this bang, and I saw a flash. We killed the guy.
Her name is Juanita Spinelli, and they've broken her golden rule.
She was a stone-cold psychopath who had no use for anybody other than what she could get out of them.
She was cold-hearted. She was the Duchess.
In Depression-era San Francisco, a woman provides a home for the downtrodden and the desperate.
They were all juvenile delinquents. They were all pretty young guys, came from broken homes.
Head of the household is Juanita Spinelli, the woman they call the Duchess.
You want some liquor, boy? Go, you give him some liquor.
Oh, what about me?
You wait your turn, boy. Sit down.
Juanita was a mother figure to these men, even to a point of cooking the meals like Mom would cook at the stove for the family, cleaning, very much as if she was their mother.
All right, you are going to steal this.
Juanita dispenses more than motherly care.
I'm walking down the street, a little lady, you're going to take it without me feeling a thing. Bobby, you fool! I felt every moment of that.
Miss Spinelli ran a crime school
You show them how to stop.
so that she basically produced professional criminals.
I'm a walking down the street, I'm a lady.
These were crimes to make money.
She smiles at me, she takes the watch. Do you see how that's done?
The Duchess's rule mixes authority with feigned affection.
Gypsy, my sweetie, you did that just right. Gypsy.
Juanita was probably pretty charming. Most sociopaths are. They're good with words, they're good manipulators of people, they play up to people, they make them feel important, and that's how they develop bonds, and people follow them.
The gang's secret weapon is Juanita's daughter, Gypsy. Her seductive wiles are a potent honey trap.
She would come up to a drunk man, put the moves on him.
What's her name?
The gang would jump him and they'd take his pants. And that was the thing that they did a lot back then because it was embarrassing. The cop would just laugh at him, you know, just go on home in your boxer shorts.
You whore!
Crime writer David Kolchak says while the gang took all the risks, Juanita Spinelli reaped the rewards.
She was able to trick these young men into doing her dirty work,
Watch it.
Everybody.
handing over cold hard cash
Albert, over here, boy. What'd you get?
instead of keeping it themselves for a $10 a week allowance.
What else? Come on, you must have something more. A wallet. Let's see what he's got in here.
The Duchess rules using just one law: no serious crimes.
She didn't believe in pulling off big crimes, like robbing a bank or a jewelry store. She believed in nickel and diming. She said that they'll never get caught if they nickel and dime.
Murder is no petty crime. Killing Leland Cash breaks the Duchess's golden rule.
We killed the guy.
The Duchess was furious that there was bloodshed, that violence happened, and that she knew that the police were going to be in on it now that somebody was murdered.
He could have been bleeding there for hours. He could still be there.
And this career criminal can spot another danger:
But he didn't have to die. And what are the police gonna say, huh?
Bobby's loose lips.
He could still be there, bleeding and dying. Right?
Robert Sherrod was only 18 years old, and he was just basically a kid. He was a kid that should have been, you know, at the soda shop stand with his girlfriend in his dad's borrowed car. But instead, he was in this life of crime, and he got in way too deep.
What's gonna happen? I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to die.
The youngster's conscience is killing him.
Juanita saw him as the weak link in the group and feared that because he wasn't handling the robbery very well, that he might shoot his mouth off to the police and expose all of them. And she couldn't take a chance on that.
The Duchess knows her outlaw family is threatened.
Okay now, Bobby.
To keep it together, she'll do the unthinkable. In 1940s California, crime school boss Juanita Spinelli is losing patience with one of her students. Bobby Sherrod is running off at the mouth about a murder, making him a liability.
The Duchess was afraid that Robert was going to go to the cops.
Pour Bobby another drink.
I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to die. Bobby.
She was also afraid that if he got caught by the cops for some other crime, that he would spill his guts about that crime.
It's okay now, Bobby.
We could have made sure he wasn't dead.
So she decided that he had to die.
The Duchess flips from mother figure to murderer, mixing whiskey with a powerful chemical, chloral hydrate. It's a drug familiar to forensic pathologist Janis Amatuzio.
Chloral hydrate is a prescription medication, and it's usually used to cause people to go to sleep. Sometimes individuals will place chloral hydrate in alcohol, and this is called a Mickey Finn, also known as knockout drops.
The Mickey Finn was invented in San Francisco in bars. They would give them to sailors that just came off ships, and then they would Shanghai them.
In high doses, chloral hydrate can also kill.
What do you mean, no? I only shot him in the gun.
Relax, Gypsy.
The trust Bobby has for his boss is about to be supremely betrayed.
Have another drink.
The Mickey Finn takes rapid effect.
Why are you looking at me like that?
The alcohol potentiates or accelerates the effect of chloral hydrate. An individual may know that something is wrong in five minutes or more.
Why are you all laughing?
They're going to start to feel sleepy.
Hey, what's happened?
And then they'll start to feel excessively drowsy.
What have you done to me?
They will usually rapidly lose consciousness, and sometimes will just simply collapse.
So immediately the gang beat him up while he was unconscious. They just totally jumped him and just wailed on him.
This is what we does to squealers.
If that was out of pure anger because he was messing up with the plan or they were just all psychopaths, no one knows.
Get that over here! Come on! First, drop him! Get him in! Hurry up! Good! Witness!
Juanita wants to make Robert's death appear accidental.
They took him to a river, took off his normal daytime clothes, placed him in swimming trunks, and then took him up on a bridge and threw him off the bridge into the icy waters below. When his body was discovered, they had hoped that the discoverers would think that he had died swimming.
But Bobby's corpse will tell a different story. He was dead before he hit the water.
He got caught up on some pilings, and he was found the very next day. They did an autopsy on him, and they saw that he had no water in his lungs, so they knew that he didn't drown, and he was possibly a murder victim.
Wanted for 2 murders, the killers go on the run. But Juanita has broken her own golden rule, and with it, breaks the outlaw bond her gang once shared.
If I were a member of the gang, I'd be wondering who's next.
Albert Ives has a hunch it's him.
Albert wasn't as dumb as everyone thought. He knew that his time was going to be up, and he knew just how violent they could be. So they stopped for gasoline and, have a little pit stop there, and he was walking back to the car, and he heard them talking about a 700-foot cliff. So he turned around, ran through this restaurant, ran right through the kitchen, and out into the woods.
An hour later, near Truckee, Nevada, Juanita Spinelli and the remains of her gang reach a police roadblock.
It's a mountain road, so there's no way they can get off.
Now, everyone just keep quiet. Let me do the talking.
So they pulled them over, and the Duchess tried to bat her eyes and act like she was just a grandmother.
Juanita's charms won't work this time. The Duchess has been betrayed by one of her own.
Albert told them everything. They searched the car, found guns, they found stolen merchandise in the trunk, and they handcuffed her right there.
Once this queen of crime inspired devotion from her subjects. Now they join forces to bring her down.
When the gang members go into the witness stand, they end up pointing at Juanita Spinelli, saying she was the one that came up with the idea. She is the one that came up with this murder. She is the motive force behind this murder. She is guilty.
And the Duchess was the first woman to be put to death in San Quentin's gas chamber.
The cruel reign of the Duchess comes to an end with a bitter taste of her own medicine.
The Duchess ruled her family with an iron hand, but the fatal flaw was believing that she could make no mistakes. When mom hurts a child, all the other children have nothing to think other than, well, if she did that to him, what might she do to me? Which is exactly what happened and what led to her demise.